on the topic that you brought on comic books now, the situation, the true Hollywood story, if you will, with the Superman Lives, and whether it was you who didn't want Tim Burton to go down with it, or if he just wasn't happy with what you had done with it, or what your take was on it.
For those of you who don't know, because this is going back a few years now, back in like 96, 97, at one point I was commissioned by Warner Brothers to write a script for a new Superman movie. And how it came about, I think, was that somebody saw Mallrats, somebody at Warner Brothers, some studio exec, and was just like, watched Brody and TS talk about the kryptonite condom, and they were like, this guy seems to know a lot about Superman. So I got called in for a meeting at Warner Brothers, and they said there's a couple of projects that you can rewrite, because at this point the script for Chasing Amy started to circulate, and people were like, oh, we can write after all. So they were like offering me rewrite work. So I went into Warner Brothers and said, we have 3 projects we could throw your way. I said, all right, whatever. And he said, one is a remake of an Outer Limits episode called The Architects of Fear. The second is Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian. To which I was like, really, didn't we say all we needed to say with the first Beetlejuice? Must we go tropical? And the third was a project called Superman Reborn, and that's what piqued my interest. I was like, Superman? You guys are going to make another Superman movie? And they said, we're thinking about it. I said, I would love to do that. And they said, well, that's a long shot. I can't give you that right here in the room. That has to go through a bunch of people because it's a big Warner Brothers franchise. So I said, well, what do I have to do? Who's fucking dick do I have to suck to get this job? And thankfully he didn't say his. But he said, you know what, why don't you take the script home? We have a draft of it, take it home, read it, and tell me what you think about it. So I said, all right. I read the script, and I'm just like, this is fucking terrible. This is a horrible script. I mean, it was just really, really bad. It was kind of like the Batman TV show version of the Superman movie. Very campy. So I went back to Warner Brothers 2 days later and sat down with him, and he was like, what'd you think? I said, well, it was really quite bad. And he was like, well, was bad meaning good? And I said, no, bad, just fucking terrible. And he said, he was looking at me, and I'm just going on for about 5 minutes how bad the script is. And I was like, did you pay somebody to write this? Is this somebody just the writer of the script, somebody that's fucking cut up? Because who let somebody write the script? You paid this dude? Can you get the money back? Because this is horrendous, dude, horrendous. And he was looking at me, nodding and going, all right, well, thanks for coming in. So I left and I was driving home. I got home and I called my friend Walter back in Jersey, and he's a big comic book fan. And I was like, dude, I just went into Warner Brothers and told them there's no script for Superman that sucked. Rebel, Jersey represent. Fuck Hollywood. And Walter's just like, well, why didn't you just offer to write a better version? And I was like, because I hadn't thought of that. I was like, fuck. But it didn't matter, because the next day I got a call from my agent, and he was like, hey, they wanted to see you with Warner Brothers again. So really? Alright. So I'm back, and it was the same dude that I talked to originally, the same studio exec, and then there was another dude in the room. So I sat down with him, and the first guy was like, I came back, do me a favor, tell him what you told me about Superman, about the script. And I was like, alright, that sucked, because I'm right, blah, blah, blah. Did that for about 5 minutes, and then they both just nodded at me quietly, and they're like, alright, well, thanks for coming in. So I went back home, the next day I got another call from my agent going, they wanted to meet with you at Warner Brothers again. I said, alright. Because I really didn't have much to do. So I go back into the room, and it's that dude, the second dude, and now there's a third dude in the room. And they're all in semicircle chairs, and they put me in one chair, and the first guy, they're like, tell the 2 guys, tell this guy what you told us about the Superman script. And I just just imagined it as a real kind of water cooler situation. Like one dude just standing around like a water cooler and somebody else is there as well, talking fucking music. It's like, you should hear it if I got Clerks instead of the Superman script. And then the guy's like, what do you say? And he's like, you know what? Fuck, I'll just bring him in. So I told him again, and it went on like that. It went on like that for almost a whole straight week. I would go back to be another person in the room. And I kept saying the same shit over and over. And finally, I got to the guy at the top who just runs the conference room. Now there's like 6 to 8 guys sitting around a larger table with the one on one and the other. And they're all like, tell him what, and I said, what you told us about Superman. And I saw I left into my spiel and shit. And there's the first guy that was like, well, what would you do differently?